않으면 너를 보고 싶어 꿈에 다시 와줘 나는 나의 운명 꿈에 다시
Good morning, Vanders. I just came out of the shower, washed my face, brushed my teeth, make myself a nice delicious cup of tea with collagen powder, obviously. And now it is time to, first of all, put in my jewelry because, I don't know, without jewelry, I just don't feel me. So this is a must, and I thought it would be fun to take you guys along with me in my morning routine, do a little skincare pamper session whilst talking about a very important subject, the law of detachment. So from a very young age, I always knew that I had kind of an obsessive personality in very harmless ways at first. Like, for example, when I used to love a TV show, I would watch it over and over again, even if it was like the same episode. I just couldn't get enough of it. Or when I would listen to a song that I would really like, I wouldn't just listen to it once like a normal person. I would actually listen to it 20 times in a row and would not get tired of it. Same with books. I have read all my favorite books more than once. And sometimes people say like, oh, that's crazy, I could never do that, you already know the outcome. But in retrospect, I think a lot of that has to do with me being in control of the situation. When I know that I like a certain song or a certain book, I already know, you know, the plot and everything. I know that I'm going to like it. And therefore, when I read it again or when I play it again, I know that it's going to be a satisfactory experience. And when I really analyze it, this has a lot to do with me being in control of the situation, because I'm just a person who really likes to be in control of things. But it also has a lot to do with me being attached to things. And I always applauded myself for that, because on one hand, attachment is really good because it shows that you genuinely care about something, whether it's a person or a stuffed animal, which you guys know I'm also really attached to. But deep-rooted attachment can also lead to a lot of problems in your life. And recently, especially because of TikTok, I have learned about the law of detachment and the benefits that it can bring to your life. A quote that really stuck with me about detachment is, detachment is not that you don't own anything, but it's that nothing owns you. Let that sink in, guys. That's definitely a deep one. Basically, if you get older, you realize that you cannot always be in control of certain situations as much as we like it. You know, everybody is different, and especially when it comes to relationships, which I think is very big. Like, it can be a beautiful thing, obviously, but for a lot of people, it's also the root of so much conflict in their lives, whether it's romantic relationships or friendships or relationships within your family. People are not like that book that you can always pick up and know that the outcome is going to be amazing. If you attach a lot of emotional value to people and you feel like you need other people to complete you, you rely on people too much, that can be a huge problem in your life. But when practicing detachment, it teaches you that you are perfectly fine on your own. You don't need anybody or anything else to fully complete you in life. Actually, what it is that you get out of a mentality of lack and into a mentality of abundance. So this may sound really abstract still, so let me explain this with an example. So if we use the topic of relationships, and in this case, I'm just going to use a romantic relationship as an example, because I feel like ultimately in life, what a lot of people, including myself, are searching for is true unconditional love. And I blame it on all those, you know, Disney movies and all those romance books about princesses meeting the perfect prince on the white horse and they live happily ever after for an eternity. You guys know, you know, that is beautiful, but it's not always the case. And, you know, coming from my own experience, I know what it's like to be in a long-term relationship. As you guys know, I've been in a relationship that lasted 9 years. So that was a huge part of my life. So I was very used to being together with somebody. And then when I broke up with that person, first, of course, I needed to, you know, be zen, be by myself, kind of figure everything out. But then after a while, I kind of wanted a relationship again and began to be open to other people. And then after, you know, a little bit of a longer period, I really wanted a relationship to the point where I would obsess about it a lot. I met somebody that I thought was perfect for me and still think that, you know, this person is really special, but because of, you know, a multitude of reasons, things didn't work out the way I expected it to. And I realized that it was very hard for me because I thought that if I really wanted something and I put my mind to it, you know, especially when it comes to manifesting things, which I had been doing a lot, and I genuinely believe that I manifested this person into my life. I made a whole separate video about manifestation recently, so you guys know I'm really into that, especially with that kind of belief system that I can achieve everything as long as I put my mind to it. I was in the understanding that I could make this work with this person no matter what the circumstances were. I had manifested this person into my life. Now, you know, things are going to work out between us despite all the inconveniences. However, it didn't really work out that way, and I found myself, you know, obsessing over this person because I really love them, but also because I felt the need to be in control of the situation. I couldn't handle not being able to put, you know, the work into this, because I thought, you know, if I put in X amount of work, if I try my best, if I treat this as a test, for example, an exam in school. You know, I was always really like a studious girl, so I, you know, was kind of like a teacher's pet and would do anything to get an A. So I thought, you know, if I do the same in relationships, if I try my hardest, if I give everything, then it's going to work out. But I realized that you cannot control other people, you cannot control circumstances. And as much as I wanted this relationship to be that book that I could just pick up and knew that it would have a positive outcome, that just wasn't the case, and I had to deal with that. And that's when I learned about the law of detachment. So it means that you shouldn't obsess over things. It means that you realize that you do not need those things in your life in order to be a happy, satisfied person. And it also means that you can still manifest things into your life, because that's something that's really important to me. I still believe that if you really want something, you can achieve it, but you have to detach from it first. And one TikToker actually explained this so well. I don't know her name, I just randomly came across her TikTok, so if you know her, then please tag her in the comments of this video so that, you know, she gets the credit she deserves, because she used a very interesting analogy that really stuck with me. And that's that the law of attachment is treating life like a restaurant. You just order the food and you don't doubt that it's coming to you. You also don't attach any feelings to it. You just, you know, wait for your food to come without getting really upset, without being obsessed about it, because if you don't obsess over something, it will actually come your way. If you don't worry about something, it will actually come true. And if you're like me and you are still struggling with this, because yes, I'm talking about this, but I'm also still working on it myself. It's still a hard concept for me to grasp, but I've been getting better at it over time. So I just wanted to share with you these 4 like rules that, by the way, this device always talks. I don't know if you've seen it in my previous videos, but it's basically a device that pushes electrolytes into your skin and makes sure that your skincare gets absorbed, I think 4,000 times faster. That is what the research concluded. And it talks every time a minute has passed. So if you hear somebody talking, it's my skincare device. But anyways, I have 4 kind of rules for you that help you be on this law of detachment journey. So the first rule, and by the way, with this device you can like spread the product, and then now we're going to hold it in one place, and after that we're going to push upwards. It's kind of like 3 motions that you do. I thought I'd explain it because otherwise you're like, what the hell is she doing? And the other products, I've listed them on the screen as well as in the description box. But anyways, first rule is no outcome is better or worse. So if you believe that the outcome of something is neutral, like if you believe that, for example, you go on a date and you go into that date without any expectations, you're just like, okay, you know, if this date goes well, then it goes well, and then I go on a second date. You just approach this as a very matter-of-fact experience. If it goes well, then we have a second date. If it doesn't go well, then I never have to see this person again. Then at least I had a nice meal. Then at least I learned something. I learned what I don't want. And it doesn't matter which one of these outcomes is going to be, because both are equally good as equally bad. Both are neutral. I don't attach value to this. I just let it happen and see how it goes. That is such an important mindset when it comes to this. Number 2 is everything happens for a reason. So if you meet somebody and you fall head over heels in love, like, you know, that happened to me, and the outcome isn't what you hoped for, like this didn't really turn out to be the relationship that you wanted it to be, then that's okay, because everything happens for a reason. That person, I'm just using a person as an example, but this can also be, you know, anything else. This happened for a reason because the 2 of you had to meet in order for your life to change. If, for example, you applied to a certain university and you didn't get in, it happened for a reason, so that you had to go to that other university, have the experiences that you will experience there, meet the people, for example, meet the love of your life in that one university that otherwise you wouldn't go to because you would go to the one that rejected you. Like, everything happens for a reason. Nothing in this life is a coincidence. And if you believe that, then it's much easier to trust the process and don't obsess over the outcome. Then we're going to do this super cute little sheet mask. Let me open it up. I always love pamper days like this. It's so relaxing. Then number 3 is what is meant for you will not pass you by. If, for example, a relationship is meant for you, then it's meant for you. And if it's not meant for you, then it's not meant for you for a reason. But, you know, everything that is yours in life is already yours. You don't have to doubt it. And this also correlates with, you know, manifestation. You have to already vibrate on a level that allows you to think, I already have this, I got this. So instead of acting out of a mindset of lack, because then you will attract lack, because, you know, like attracts like. So if you feel like, you know, I lack money, then you're gonna have money troubles. That's just how life works. But if you act out of a place of abundance, you're like, you know, what is mine is already mine somewhere here in the universe. I just need to attract it to me. And then that way you can let things go, because I used to be the person, I manifest something, I put my mind to it, I know how all that works, but then I start obsessing, like, when does it come to me? When does it come to me? No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, I left this mask on for a little while and it's all dried up, so it's time to remove it. Okay, that feels very nice and very refreshing. Let me spread this serum out a little bit. That was a really good mask, you guys. And then the last rule is nothing lasts forever. And I know that can feel quite sad, especially because we have all those ideas of, you know, the happily ever after with the princesses and the princess, and you know, that romantic idea of eternal love. But it can actually also work out in your favor, because if you're feeling negative emotions, that also means that they are not forever there. You have the ability to flip things and make them work out in your favor regardless of what your current situation is. You have the power to detach from anything because you learned how to do so. And actually, now that I think about it, the saying nothing lasts forever gives me more comfort than it brings me sadness. So I'm really happy about that, and I hope that with this video I could help you guys out a little bit as well, especially if you guys are like me and you're struggling with these kind of things. By the way, Marc Jacobs Daisy is such a good fragrance. My mom gave it to me the other day and I've been obsessed with this ever since. So now, final step in the routine is of course some hand cream, this My Melody one, so super cute. And then we are already done, guys, with this little pamper routine. I really hope you guys like this video. Please let me know if you want me to make more videos like this. Obviously, I just recently made the manifestation video, so if you haven't watched that one, please do so if you like to hear about similar topics. Oh my gosh, this hand cream, it smells both floral and it smells like honey. Oh my god, that just brightens my mood instantly. I love when things smell good. I mean, who doesn't? But like, I'm a sucker for these kind of floral scents. Okay, that was it, guys. Make sure to stay hydrated. Wait, that reminds me, I should actually finish drinking my tea. It's gone cold, but you know, look at this cute mug. Still really good. And you should drink your water, drink your collagen tea as well. I hope you all stay healthy, wealthy, successful, abundant, and detached. Love you loads. Bye bye, loves.